We're up. We're up. We're up. We're up.
Karmelo, do you have anything that you'd like to say? Karmelo, anything that you'd like to say to the victims, to the family of the victim? Why were you armed, sweetheart? Karmelo, why were you armed at school? Explain your self-defense. How is this self-defense?
Excuse me.
Karmelo, would you like to say?
I had the crowd.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Now, this is going to be a continuation from the Karmelo Anthony situation here. And I also want to do this because, as well, as you can see there, that was Karmelo Anthony being released from jail as the woke DEI judge pretty much just released him out on a $250K bail, which is interesting to say the least. Now, there's going to be a lot of things I want to go over. I'm going to first go over the main thing that I wanted to talk about because as I addressed somebody in the comments down below, no hate towards him, he was just completely fine, but I was pretty much saying, like, there are issues because we have the woke judge pretty much letting him go, and she's part of DEI, and some of the other interesting things that the Karmelo family are actually doing right now because they're buying houses and what have you. It's really crazy. So we're just going to go through it. So first off, well, we have this from Misuse, all right? So this is the next best big thing here. So we'll be going over this because this is the main reason why I want to make this. So it says the Texas judge that reduced bond of the admitted murderer who stabbed a track competitor in the heart earlier this month by 75% is now allowing him home release. Is a huge proponent of DEI. After the Karmelo Anthony stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart, he died in his twin brother's arms. Judge Angela Tucker just doesn't care about Austin because he was white. So we're going to go over and look at this, right, guys? Because this is a pretty big deal, and this is the reason why I think there is a lot of political and racial bias within this judge, and there's a problem.
I didn't see a female in my hometown that was an attorney until I was in law school, and went back to intern, and certainly not a person of color. And so now when we can have, summer interns come up and they are every race, creed, color, gender, but they can see someone that looks like them on the bench. I think that is so beneficial because it's representation. And when they look at me, young kids, law students, whoever it is, I want them to say, if she can do it, I can do it too. I didn't see a female in my hometown that was an attorney.
Yeah, so you've seen that. So again, I do not think, this is another thing that I have a problem with this, right? Now, guys, you have to understand the word that she's using. That she said that they would feel, right? This is off of an emotion. This is the reason why I cannot deal with these females in power or what have you. You cannot go by off bloody feelings here, all right? This is ridiculous. She is going by simple emotion. This is insanity. And now when she's being a judge of a person that murdered a white boy, by the way, she feels some type of way, I'm going to assume, towards this person, right? And she also went by emotion where she felt like, oh, well, his first criminal offense, which apparently is murdering someone, which is his first criminal offense, is asinine to me. No, maybe for petty crimes or what have you, where their first criminal offense is a petty crime, but the mere fact that, it's one thing, if you're sentencing him to a certain amount of time for his first offense, maybe. But if we're going to go down with a bond, no, don't let this kid go out because, again, if this kid is out and he sees the brother, what is he going to do to the brother? Is he also going to do this? This guy's a danger to society right now. And she reduced it. I'm going to pretty much just go off of feelings. And this is my problem. If you cannot remove your feelings from certain situations, especially from this, it's not doing good. No, I don't care on who's representing me. I care on who is the best for the job. If you happen to be black, you're black. If you happen to be white, you're white. If you happen to be Asian or Latino, you happen to be Asian or Latino, all right? That's what you are, but you are the person that is best representing me. Plain and simple. And if you are going to go off of this I'm going to feel, this is ridiculous. This is asinine. This is all based off of emotion. It's ridiculous. So we're going to go off of this here now because this is another part of the actual story. We have this from Sarah Fields saying, Dominic Alexander, a felon who runs a fraudulent organization and currently represents Karmelo Anthony as his family advocate, has stated that a man named Corey Tony, owner of No Limit Bail Bonds, provided the entire bond for the 17-year-old who stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. After conducting a quick search of Corey Tony's background, he has his own past of resisting arrest. Seen below, Corey, who claims to be a pastor, has shared misinformation regarding this case on his own social media platform. Now, I don't know if he provided the entire bond amount for it, but if that's the case, it just says a lot. So we have this here from Dominic Alexander on his post saying, before this day ends, I need to take a moment to say thank you. Today was long, it was heavy, but it was also powerful. After the bond hearing and the reduction granted by Judge Angela Tucker and our NGAN team and security staff escorted Karmelo Anthony's family to No Limit Bail Bonds in Oak Cliff. What happened next reminded me of the true meaning of the community. Pastor Corey C. Tony, the owner of No Limit Bail Bonds and a respected business leader in our city, quietly stepped in and covered the entire bond for Karmelo Anthony free of charge. He didn't ask for recognition. He didn't want the spotlight, but I believe it's important to celebrate people who show up when it matters most. He probably didn't want to show up to be up in the spotlight because he has committed crimes, which we'll probably end up finding out, right? So this is what the community looks like. We rise to the moment. We stand for what's right. I also want to give a major shout out to my team, Damon, Robert, Edigan, and our director of security, and the entire crew stood in this gap today, making sure everything ran smoothly. And to our office staff who held down the fort, handled the flood of media, calls, and supported every moving piece. You are the backbone of this movement. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about the rest of you say. Then we also have here. This is from Corey Tony. He reposted a post with Kevin Hayes saying the truth about Karmelo. Let's set the record straight. Enough of this misinformation. Let's talk about the facts. So again, they're talking about all the misinformation that you are allowed to go into other school's tent. The claim that he never seen the Karmelo players was a blatant lie, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I've gone over this before. This is what Corey C. Tony has pushed out before. He's putting out lies and misinformation, and I may believe the police are under investigation of people doing this type of stuff. So Corey C. Tony might actually be in trouble for this. And again, we have the Dallas County, Texas court, and the conversion amendment reason to resist, and this is resist arrest, sentence probation. This is probation start date was 1994, so this was a year after I was born, by the way. Confinement and 7/11/1994. 12 months prior sentence. So, yeah, this is the reason why this guy is here. So, he had a history of resisting arrest. Then we have this here from Colin Rugg, pretty much saying that Karmelo Anthony's family is using the over $400,000 raised on Give, Send, Go to move into a new home, according to the Sun. Remarkable. Anthony stabbed a 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the heart, which is being praised by many throughout the country. Now, Anthony is using funds from all his fans to move into a new home in a gated community. Given that Karmelo has no prior criminal history, and given that this young man has not been in any sort of trouble before, $1 million is not necessary, defense attorney Mike Howard said. This family needs to be able to survive. There's been a tremendous amount of pressure. I don't care if there's a tremendous amount of pressure. Your kid killed someone. Your horrible parenting allowed your kid to act in this type of way. If you parented correctly, this would not be a problem. But apparently, you're a garbage parent. So I don't know where the mother is. It seems like a single father problem from the looks of it, but I don't know. But whatever it is, the father failed, obviously. This is quite clear this is the case. Since I think at this point, living in a gated community, given everything, the safety of their children is very warranted. Security details and criminal defense are not cheap. I don't care because, again, nobody wants to go out and technically murder this guy. What they want is justice. And right now, we don't have justice right now. We have this from Sarah Field saying they have already moved into a massive 3,500 square foot valued at over $800K that they are renting from Indian investors out of Frisco. This is what Give Send Go did. So we have the property details, the site address and everything is obviously redacted. It says name here is Moretti, Sandeep, and Maska Kushikala. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't even know. Mailing address is Mercedes Lane, Frisco, Texas. Ownership 100%. For privacy reasons, now all accessories are shown online. So that's what's going on here. And then we have this as well, saying Killer Teen Karmelo Anthony's family reveal other plans for $400K legal defense fund. Says here that the family of the teen who fatally stabbed a 17-year-old boy in Texas plans to use $400,000 of his legal defense fund to move home and higher security after facing racist threats. Okay, there we go. So that's some of where the money is going to, right? Anthony 17 was in court as he faces first-degree murder charge for the killing of unaliving Austin Metcalf, who died in his twin brother's Hunter's arms after being stabbed in the heart as a track meet in Frisco earlier this month. So, yeah. So, that's what's going on here. It says just 10% of that amount must be paid, meaning Anthony will likely be free very soon, which he, as we could tell, he was already freed. So, there's that. It says Anthony's attorney Michael Howard said regarding the money, it would be disingenuous to say there isn't money, but it's not a bond fund. This family needs to be able to survive. Right, because $400,000 is going directly to a house. It says the accused teen killer is expected to be post bond later on Monday, which already happened. That was yesterday. So yeah, that's what's going on here. So as you can see, the money is up to $416K. Again, it says, however, Howard said he is not ready to disclose any why Anthony brought a knife to the track match. Probably because, he did it for nefarious and bad reasons, but when I digress. Anthony's father was also questioned in court over an incident in the teen's high school back in February, I thought involved an altercation and cold assault, which obviously we could tell he was an aggressor. It's not clear whether Anthony was an aggressor, victim, or witness in the incident, which was handled internally by Frisco's Independent School District. So obviously the school has had problems with this kid before. The defense also questioned Anthony's father, who said his son is an A student and captain of the football track and teams at his high school, which who cares whether he was or not? This doesn't change the fact you could be a person that had A pluses, have a 6.0 GPA, but doesn't mean that you can when you off someone, when you unalive someone, that you're warranted or voided from all accountability for from murder, right? That's just insanity to me. I don't care what your past or whatever your life is, at least regarding to what you were doing before you murdered someone, unless it was in self-defense, which just was not the case. He was the captain of his football team and track teams at school and worked at a Foot Locker, as well as a second job at HEB supermarket prior to the stabbing. His father said he was born in Baton Rouge, blah, 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 blah. I do not care for any of this. It says, so, yeah, it was kind of crazy. So they're using the money for a new house, right? That's pretty much what the go-to is. They're using the money for a new house. And then we have this here from GJ Pearson that has something to say about this. Karmelo Anthony murdered a young man in cold blood, yet somehow he's walking the streets of Texas a free man. Now, imagine if you were white and the victim was black. BM would be burning down whole cities. This is a disgrace. Black or not, I refuse to defend this or him. So he has something to say about this.
Now, guys, I'm going to be real with y'all. White people deserve some credit today. Because why in the hell is Karmelo Anthony, that 17-year-old murderer, walking around the streets of Texas a free man? How is that even possible? This is an animal who killed a 17-year-old boy over a damn book bag, and right now in the state of Texas, he is a free man. Not only is he a free man, he is a man who is a lot more wealthier today than he was when he went into the jail cell, because the social justice warriors and BLM domestic terrorists have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in his name, because apparently murder is excusable just because he looks like us. Yeah, that's a damn shame. It's disgusting. Now imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if Karmelo Anthony was a white man, or actually imagine if he was a white man who was a police officer. and all of a sudden his bail was reduced heavily and he was just allowed to walk out of jail scot-free. Oh, America would be burning to the ground right now. And that's not me speculating. I know this to be true because it happened just a few years ago. When the BLM thugs didn't get their way, they set America on fire. That is exactly what happened. But you won't see that happen in this case.
I 100% agree with everything that he said. I think here, and I'm going to end it with this. I think here that we have black privilege in this country. I think that is 100% fact. I think that if we didn't have this horrible thing here with this black privilege, this wouldn't be happening. And here's another thing, too, as well. I'll put this in perspective as well. What does it make black people look like when you have a man that committed a horrible crime, and if this kid goes to jail for this, it is going to make every single black person look horrible because of the mere fact that we supported a person that committed a heinous crime. We black people are going to be looked down upon forever if we keep on doing things like this. It's an actual disgrace. And more black people need to actually go against this than go with it. Because if we keep on seeing to where we're going to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for somebody that committed a horrendous crime, then I don't know what else to tell people what others are going to think of black people. So it is terrible. And we have black judges and whatever, reducing bonds, etc., woke judges. And this is just going to be normal, part of the course. And it's insanity to me. It makes no bloody sense to me whatsoever. Things need to be changed here, and it's insane. And BLM, we all know BLM is a corrupt organization that is also, I would say, a terrorist organization because of what they did on the summer of, quote-unquote, quotation marks, love. So, there's that too. So it is crazy, guys. It's insane. I'll keep you more up to date what's going on here, but I can't stand this. This is insanity. It looks like there's corruption all around this case. The woke judge is somehow got the woke judge right as we need it. She takes the black youth. It's insanity here, and I just can't deal with it. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Nice guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.